Hi team, I'm back. Well, hopefully you can hear me all right there. Sorry about the delay. A few things have been happening in life which sort of, gets in the way of making fun hobby videos and that sort of thing. So look, I'm sorry about that, but I have to be thankful to my workmates, because it was just last week one of them said, "Oh Brian, you haven't made any videos for a while. Why is that?" And I thought, yeah, why is that? Everything's a bit better these days. We've moved into town, even though we're still rural, and I've got a smartphone. Now that's an improvement, I must admit. My daughter's in high school. The little boy you would have seen in my last video, he's now in prep. Say hello.
Hi.
What?
Very good. But yes, I think everything's getting back on an even keel. I'm getting lots more wargaming done these days with my friends in Brisbane, and I've got lots and lots of subjects to talk about. So fingers crossed I maintain my motivation and can make some more interesting videos for our wargaming chat. So for a little chat today, I'll show you a quick montage of what I've been doing roughly in the last few years. A lot of it's just been painting, a bit of terrain, that sort of thing. And just been dabbling in various sorts of arts and crafts that will enhance my wargaming experience. So hopefully I can show you some of the things I've been up to, and you might get something from it. These pallet strapping guards make perfect bases to make hasty defences on. These took me very little time at all for my French and Indian War campaign, and they look great. There's some East Coast Native Americans I painted up on their individual war paint. Here's a little square of Frenchmen of all various types, some French Canadian militia I painted up using the zenithal technique. They look really, really good. Here are some French Marines. They were also not too bad. And there's Count Marquis de Montcalm. He turned out really well. All of those were North Star miniatures. These next ones I'm currently painting are from Señor Philippe in Mexico on Etsy. They're 3D printed and their detail is fantastic. They're terrific to paint. Here's some scenes from our last war game, which was just a meeting encounter between the French and the Virginian militia. And it turned out to be a draw, which wasn't too bad, seeing as we were ambushed. And it was good fun. I had a duel with their officer and I won. Take that. And there's Mr. Cuddles, my Halloween rat I painted up the other year for my daughter for Halloween. Didn't turn out too bad in the end for a cheap plastic black rat I got for about $5. I gave him some whiskers. Here are some Star Wars figures that are 40 centimetres high we get in the hardware stores the last couple of years. They come out grey, but I painted them up for some friends at work just to show them what they looked like, and they've all been outdoors for 2 years now, and they still look good. They're just painted in cheap paint, but I coated them in marine grade exterior varnish. The only problem with these is they're all 40 centimetres tall, regardless of their height in relation to each other character. You should see the R2-D2, he's the size of Darth Vader's head. And here's a little owl I've painted up to go on the tree outside. And here's some terrain I made, including a little hut I made from just a plastic electrical cover I used as a template. There we are. So, meanwhile, what shall I chat about today?
It's chat time.
Well, for a first return intro video, how about we talk about flags? Do you find when you do war flags for your small units, maybe not so much modern ones, but say Napoleonic or 17th century, 18th century units, even medieval units, flags, do you make your own, or do you tend to go to sites such as warflags.com or a few other good ones over in Europe? Depends on the complexity of the flags. Do you buy transfers for flags? I mean, what do you do? What's your level of investment in making flags? Do you even bother with flags? Well, recently, as I've finally got into my French and Indian War campaign, I thought, oh, there's some very nice flags out there. And should I bother making my own? Some of them are a bit fiddly with the insignias and that sort of thing. But after failing to get my account working with one of the flag sites overseas, I thought, oh, damn it, I'll just do them myself. And for the French flags, they're really easy. So I thought I'll just, break my teeth on them to start with. And it hasn't been too bad. So I'll just quickly show you what I've done. Here's a little standard bearer here. I haven't really finished him. But that's just a French flag. I think it's from the Languedoc, however you pronounce that in French, regiment. And that was fairly easy to do, surprisingly. All I did was got my steel ruler, some A4 paper, and a fine 0.5mm pen. And basically, after drafting it in pencil, I did this. Because conveniently, the French flags are all square and their dimensions don't change, it's just the colours. Some of them have fleur-de-lis on them, that sort of thing, so I'm just avoiding them. But just your main line regiments are just colours, and that's really easy. And the colonel's colours are even easier, because they're white on white. Look at that. I just made the dominant background white a bit ivory, so you could actually contrast, but not much to the colonel's colours. So I thought that's a nice easy way to put some flags in my French regiments, and give it a go. If they're really easy flags, I really encourage you to give it a go yourself. Just sit down, bright light, put your glasses on and just measure it. But what are the measurements? Well, you're going to be limited by the flag. Now, with your flag, I think the dominating measurement is going to be the gap between the flag bearer's hands and whatever you call the pointy bit at the end. You know, the flag pointy bit, or eagle, or whatever they're going to have on the end there. And that was small child. And so that's going to give you a measurement. On this one, it was 2.7mm for 28mm scale. I made it 26. And then so the French flags, I made 26mm square. And that seems to have worked out quite well. And it's not going to be rocket science. Work out the dimensions that look right. There'll be dimensions on the internet from various modelers and hobbyists to give you an idea. But generally speaking, you can work the measurements out yourself. If you look at a real world measurement, just convert it. Same way you'd convert 1.8 meters to 28mm. Just get your calculator out on your phone and just reduce the dimensions down. I won't go into it anymore. But yeah, basically, there's the dominating measurement there. That's going to give you the side measurement. And all you have to do is work out the length measurement on each side for your British and that sort of thing flags, British and other flags, and away you go. So yeah, but I painted them. I gave them a coat of just matte varnish and folded them, and that'll do nicely, because let's face it, at 6 feet, no one's going to scrutinise them on the table. They'll look just fine. So there's my 5 cents worth on flags. But yeah, other than that, I'm currently still painting a regiment of little guys there. I've nearly finished. I've just got to do the officers and the flag ensigns, and I'm ready for next weekend's war game. And I've got a few ideas for videos coming up, anywhere from solo wargaming, which COVID has been and gone since I spoke to you all last. I've got something as simple as just making rocks for terrain out of plaster. That's been super successful using plasticine as molds. I've been using recycled bits and pieces from around my work that normally get thrown out to make use as just basic frames for terrain, that sort of thing. Yeah, lots of things. So hopefully I can give you my 5 cents worth and opinions on them. So anyway, it's been lovely having a quick intro chat. So I'll see you all again in my next video, and what will that be about? Let's wait and see. But good to see you again, team, and we'll talk again real soon. So stay healthy, stay happy, and make the most of your wargaming.